everyone, back to another episode of NHL 18 Los Angeles Kings franchise. In this video, it is going to be year number 2, round 1 of the NHL playoffs, as it will be us, the Kings, going up against the San Jose Sharks. Big time Pacific Division matchup, and let's take a look at their starting lineup. So Joe Pavelski still there on that right wing, very solid player. Logan Couture also pretty respectable, and they're going to play beside Mikhail Bodker on that first line. But Bodker's not the greatest, but Couture and Pavelski, that's pretty nice. Then Kevin LeBlanc on the second line with Derek Brassard and Jonas Donskoy. That is not that great at all. They're lacking some serious depth. I don't know why Tomas Hertl is playing on the third line. I guess he did not grow at all. He's playing beside Timo Meier and Yannick Hansen. And then on the fourth line, Chris Tierney, Joel Ward, and Brandon Peary. All four of those guys are pretty solid fourth liners, but really in between their second and third lines, it's just not good. That is actually pretty bad. But here is why they made the playoffs. Brent Burns, one of the best defensemen in the league, rivals Drew Doughty in every single way. Those two and Erik Karlsson are probably the three best in the entire league. Marc-Edouard Vlasic, very solid defensive defenseman there, who plays beside Burns to sort of be his anchor. They got Paul Martin and Justin Braun, two pretty old guys there. Brendan Dillon on the third pairing alongside of Julius Bergman. Never heard of him before, but he is a 78 overall, so hopefully we can take advantage of him. Martin Jones, very solid goaltender in net, and Darcy Kemper, the former LA King, former Minnesota Wild as well. He will be the backup. So, this is going to be game number 1 here in the series. I believe it is in Los Angeles, yes, because we are the higher seed. So here we go, game 1, first period. Who is going to take their early lead? We'll find out. It is 0-0 at the end of it. Second period, who's going to pull ahead? It's Joe Pavelski on that first line for San Jose, 1-0. Can we get a goal in the third? No, we do not. It is a 1-0 win for the San Jose Sharks. As already, you can see, there was a defensive tone that set the battle. Martin Jones, Jonathan Quick, and Joe Pavelski, all stars in that game. So, what we have to do in this game is just simply score a goal. We have got to score a goal. What did I just say? Score a goal. We are at home. Come on, let's put on a show for our fans. First period underway. Come on now. Yes, Nick Shore there on the fourth line, or third line, I believe. Yeah, fourth line, yeah, definitely fourth line. Second period, nothing happened still. Are we going to do what they did to us? Let's find out. And, no, oh, man, it's all tied up at 2. Marc-Edouard Vlasic, the defenseman. Then Dustin Brown, our veteran there, playing beside Kopitar. And then Chris Tierney on the fourth line is going to tie the game up. Oh, my goodness. Now in overtime, who's going to come ahead with the win? It is the Kings. Tobias Reeder getting a goal on Martin Jones, and that's going to tie the series up at 1 as we head to San Jose. So Jonathan Quick, Tobias Reeder, and Dustin Brown are the 3 stars. And like I said, now we are headed to San Jose. Hopefully we can steal a game here. And if we can trade off a game, one of our home games for one of our away games, that would be pretty nice. Although I would have liked to win both games at home. Well, let's see what happens here. Michael Merschk on the third line is going to blast one by Martin Jones in the first period. Second period, we're gonna hold him off there. Third period, once again, 1-0 lead, and this time again we cannot hang on to the lead. Joel Ward, Kevin LeBlanc, and Yannick Hansen, all depth guys, just proving me wrong there. As 3 goals in the third period for the San Jose Sharks. They're going to take that win, as Martin Jones, Kevin LeBlanc, and Yannick Hansen are the 3 stars. We're going to move still to San Jose, and let's see what we can do here. Hopefully we can steal a win, come back home with a little bit of confidence, get a win there, and start to build up some momentum. We need this game. We cannot go down 3-1. Let's tie it up at 2-2, and it looks pretty good to start off. Zach Smith, Michael Merschk, and Derek Brassard. Look at all the depth players scoring for both teams in this game, or in this series. It's crazy. Second period, can we hold on to our 1-goal lead? We do again. No action in the second period in any of these games. Third period, we're going to hold on. 2-1 win for the LA Kings. Great job there by the defense and Jonathan Quick. Actually, no, sorry, Jonathan Bernier was in that. Good for Jonathan Bernier. Look at him getting it done. Zach Smith and Michael Merschk are the other 2 stars. And we're going to go into game number 5 here. Back in LA. Come on now. It doesn't really matter, I guess, who has home ice advantage in this series, but let's put on a show for our fans. Tanner Pearson is going to open up scoring. Finally, one of our top guys getting on the board. Second period, again, nothing happens. Very defensive series. Very physical, too, probably. And then the third period, Tobias Reeder is going to close it out. So 2-0 win for the LA Kings, which means we are going to be heading to San Jose for a Game 6 Jonathan Quick, Martin Jones, and Anze Kopitar are the 3 stars. All very defensive people, obviously 2 goalies and a very defensive forward. Now, Game 6 in San Jose. Let's see if we can just end them here. We need another great defensive effort and just try to break through their defense, as it's going to be Jeff Carter versus Logan Couture. And now here's 16 minutes left to go in the first period. This is Bodker centering it. They score. Oh, man. Was that Pavelski just sitting there? Yes, it was. Bodker right beside Quick. He's just going to throw it right to the slot. And that was a perfect move there by Joe Pavelski to move right where the puck was going to be. And he just simply blasted by. That was poor defense there on our part, and we should probably do better at that. Anyway, 4 minutes later, that is going to be a penalty on Derek Forbert for absolutely just destroying a Shark there along the boards. We'll take a look at the replay. Oh, man, he just pushed Brent Burns out of the way. What are you doing, man? Do not start a fight with him. Oh, my goodness. Was that Kevin LeBlanc? I believe it was, as I watched his name slowly flash into the ice. Anyway, here's shorthanded. This is Tobias Reeder. He's going to be weaving his way around. He's going to be looking for a pass. He's going to set it up. They score! Oh, my goodness. Short-handed. Zach Smith gets on the board, and he will tie the game up. That was Tobias Reeder with the pass, right? Again, it's very hard to see these numbers. That is Zach Smith's second goal of the playoffs. And whoever passed him that puck, it might have been Michael Merschke, actually. That was a very nice play right there. Anyway, here's Derek Brassard with 8 minutes left to go. He's going to be back to Braun, back to Brassard, back to Braun, back to Brassard, to the slot, just like their first goal. And that is good. Oh my goodness, was that Logan Couture now? I believe so, because it wasn't Pavelski, because I saw him on the other side of the ice. Let's take a look and see who it was. Yes, it was Logan Couture with his first goal of the playoffs. He has been held pretty much quiet, and he's going to get his first there and give them a 2-1 lead. Anyway, look at this defense right here by Drew Doughty, but Bodker's going to get it back to Couture, and he slings one towards the net. 3-1 San Jose, and as the offense is starting to open up in this series. Now, it was originally good defense by Drew Doughty, but he could not get the puck away from Bodker. Bodker's a pretty big guy, and he's just going to simply just pass it right to Couture, who just slings one towards the net. And here comes Tobias Reeder trying to make a move to Kopitar, throws one around the back of the net. And now here's Reeder once again looking for a pass. Will send it back around the boards to Dustin Brown. Here is Brown. He's going to try to look to Kopitar. He finds him, and they score just like the last San Jose goal from Bodker to Couture. This time it is Brown to Kopitar, as they're going to pull the Kings back within 1, trying to make a comeback here. Anze Kopitar with his first goal of the playoffs, as he's starting to struggle, or he was struggling, I mean. He's starting to get the goal, and that's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, here's Kopitar once again, a little bit later here in the second period. This is going to be Jeff Carter going to the net, fires and scores. Oh, man, he stopped on a dime, completely fooling Martin Jones. Is going to shoot it to the other side, the side that he was not skating. That was a very nice play there from Jeff Carter. Both the veterans getting on the board. Anze Kopitar and Jeff Carter, the leaders of our offense and this team, getting it done. Tied the game back up at 3. And now a couple minutes later, they're going to respond right back. It's another Sharks goal. This time, the Tomas Hertl line, which is the third line, I believe, they're going to strike. And we're going to see in a second who just scored that very nice goal. Every single one of their goals have just been flung towards the slot. That is Timo Meier, his first goal of the playoffs as well. And now 14 minutes left to go here in the third period now. This is going to be Kevin LeBlanc. A shot, rebound, they score! Oh my goodness. Cutting right to the net, that was Jonas Donskoy. He makes a living out of that. Every time I watch him, he seems to be one of the more aggressive players. Going to the net, going to the dirty areas, and that's exactly what happens there as he gets his first goal of the playoffs. Now with 56 seconds left to go, the Kings need 2 goals, and it's not looking good. Look at this offense here. Bergman to the slot, to Dylan, back to Bergman, to Pavelski, to the slot again, and they score. Look at that passing from the San Jose Sharks. Oh my goodness. It was just an absolute blast. 6-3 game as the offense is starting to open up here for San Jose. That's going to be Kevin LeBlanc with his second goal of the playoffs. And now with 0.3 seconds left, it seems that the Kings will lose this game, which means we're going to be going to a Game 7 back in LA. Martin Jones should be very pleased with that performance, even though he let up 3 goals. He really did shut the door on us there at the end of the game. All right, so here we are in Los Angeles. Both teams have a 3-3 record. This game will decide who moves on to the second round. And once again, it will be Logan Couture versus Jeff Carter at the face-off. And hopefully that face-off is not foreshadowing. Anyway, look at this. We're going to get into a fight right here. The feisty Joel Ward versus Andy Andreoff. Andreoff should be blasting him into the ground, but Ward is a pretty respectable fighter himself. A very blue-collar type of guy, very chippy type of guy. Both these guys are, actually. Look at this fight right here. The intensity of a Pacific Division matchup. And, oh, man, it's going right down to the end. One final punch, and the game glitches. Thank you, NHL 18. Thank you. So I punch him in the back of the head, then they glitch around, and they give Joel Ward the win. Thank you for that, as Andy Andreoff is going to have to take the skate of shame, even though they didn't score a goal, so that's technically not the skate. I know what I'm talking about. Anyway, here is Tanner Pearson off the post. Oh, man, he wound that up like a windmill, and he just could not finish there. And now here comes Tobias Reeder off of a face-off, I should say. He's going to miss the pass, get it right to the slot, and he's going to pass it to Kopitar, who's going to blow it right by Martin Jones. 1-goal lead to start off the game here for the LA Kings with 1:21 left to go in the first period. Great job right there by Tobias Reeder. Very aggressive off the face-off. Goes to the net, goes straight to the net. If he can't do it then, you just go to the slot, make the pass, and Kopitar with a very nice shot. Anyway, here's Vlasic down there. Nice save there by Quick. No, it is not! He could not pick up the puck. He whiffed twice. And once again, Logan Couture is there to make him pay, as San Jose's All-Stars are starting to come out. Now Logan Couture with his third goal of the playoffs. And now 5 minutes left to go here in the second period. This is Tanner Pearson with a shot, saved by Martin Jones. Jeff Carter now back to Pearson. They score! Jeff Carter, he's just so wise, so experienced, so aware on the ice. But he wasn't even looking towards Pearson. He's going to find Pearson. And Pearson, of course, just has a dangerous shot with his second goal of the playoffs there. Nice job by Pearson to give the Kings a 1-goal lead. Now with about 3 minutes left to go here in the second period, this is going to be Tyler Toffoli stepping in. He's going to fire a shot. It's going to go off of a King and in the goal past Martin Jones, but they're going to call it off. Look at Tyler Toffoli right here. It goes off of Martin Jones, right off his blocker, and it is Tanner Pearson again just cutting to the net. He's going to body check it in. They're going to call it no goal. We'll see if this one stands. I think it's a goal, or it might have went off his hand, so that might be a punch. Or they're going to call that illegal because it is NHL 18 and they don't have any animation for that, so it did go off of his hands. Let's find out and see. And they're going to call it a good goal there. So 3-1 lead for the LA Kings. That is Tanner Pearson's second goal of the night. Great job right there by that 70s line as they're starting to get going. And it's starting to get a little bit more chippy here. Chris Tierney versus Paul Ledoux. Ledoux is not much of a fighter, but hey, any kind of fight is an entertaining fight. And I'm going to break the fourth wall here a second. I am not very good at NHL fights. I just like to just like to spam the right stick up and down over and over and over again. And I actually need to learn how to fight, as Paul Ledoux right there is going to get dropped by Chris Tierney, which is understandable. I think Tierney is more of a chippy guy like Joel Ward or Andy Andreoff, so he probably would have won that in real life too. But I mean, he doesn't even look like that much big of a guy. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, here we go. Joel Ward in it again. Another fight, a third fight of the night. Zach Smith, much bigger than Joel Ward, and he just needs to lay the smack down on this man because I'm tired of losing these fights. Come on, let's get some energy on this team to finish them off here in a Game 7, and that's exactly what Zach Smith does. Just absolutely drops Joel Ward like a bag of potatoes, and it looks like we're going to be going into the third period here after this play, and we'll find out what it is. It's going to be a delayed penalty on the LA Kings. Power play coming up for the San Jose Sharks. It is going to be a hooking call there on Trevor Lewis as he'll join Zach Smith in the box for that fighting major. And you can see right there, he's just simply going to touch Couture. And a lot like Sidney Crosby, anytime you touch a star player, the refs are going to call it. And look at that, right in the slot. Was that Jannik Hansen? I believe it was. Jannik Hansen, the pest. He's going to get a goal right there for the San Jose Sharks. He's going to pull them back within one, trying to do what we did to them last game. Is Jannik Hansen right there, and now they just need one more to tie the game, as Trevor Lewis will now take the real walk of shame. Anyway, 12 minutes left to go in the third period. This is going to be Tobias Reeder with a shot, and he scores. Oh, he runs right into Martin Jones, too, there at the end of the play, as a great goal right there by Tobias Reeder. Now 5 minutes left. Saved by Jones. What a shot, as a man is going to charge Jones again. And this time it was Michael Mersch, number 29. Him and Brendan Dillon are going to go at it. Two of the depth guys on the offense and defense just unloading bombs on each other as Dillon's helmet is going to come off. Now Mersch's helmet comes off. Mersch with a pretty just pounding him into the ground, but Dillon making a bit of a comeback here, dodging a lot of the punches, throwing some bombs of his own, grabbing Mersch, throwing him to the side. Dillon is going to make the comeback with an uppercut. And it seems that San Jose is going to win 3 fights. We're only going to win 1, unless there is one at the end of this game. Great rivalry going on here. Very, very physical defensive teams. This series has been amazing, but the Kings with a 4-2 lead. Let's see if they can hold on to it. But no, right off the draw. Oh, my goodness, what a goal there. Derek Brassard going to the net. Even a better pass. I believe that was from Joe Pavelski. Again, they pull back within 1. That's Derek Brassard's 2nd goal of the playoffs, and another skate of shame for an LA player. But now only 22 seconds left to go in the game. The empty netter, and the Kings score, so they're going to hold off the San Jose Sharks. They brought on the pressure there at the end, but it just was not enough. And that is going to be the end of this series. The LA Kings are advancing to the 2nd round. And, yeah, the San Jose Sharks, I have a lot of respect for them. Very physical. They're built a lot like our team in terms of the defensive style and the physical play. But, yeah, this was a pretty good series. Started off pretty quiet and defensive, but that can also be entertaining to watch. And then it started to open up here in the last 2 games with both offenses just taking it to the other's defense. Andy Andreev with that black eye shaking the hand. That is hockey right there. That is hockey. And, yeah, great series overall by the Kings. Look at that penalty running right into Martin Jones. That was a little uncalled for. But, yeah, overall, great effort. I thought the 2 main lines on our team, the 2 top lines, offensive lines, really got going there in these games 6 and 7. But other than that, they were pretty quiet. But it showed off how much depth we have. So hopefully we can take that depth and they can build off that momentum and just continue to beat teams here in the playoffs. And we are that much closer to the Stanley Cup trophy, the Stanley Cup Cup. Let's go! And you know, was it now just 12 wins? That's pretty good. Now 4 down, 12 more to go. As we will see here in a second who we will be facing. But just take a look at some of these hits. I made a compilation of these hits because all game long, all series long, it was just this gritty type of physical play. Jannik Hansen getting blown up by Zach Smith. Two blue-collar type of 2 chippy guys, 2 scrappy guys. They're going to go at it. Trevor Lewis hitting the ice awkwardly thanks to Brendan Dillon. Alec Martinez, oh my goodness, steps into that man's soul. That could possibly be a penalty right there, as it was all numbers. I believe that was Tomas Hertl getting absolutely destroyed, but Hertl's going to answer right back with a hit of his own. Let's take a look at this hit right here. Oh my goodness, these hits are just so good to watch sometimes. Is that Jonas Donskoy? He just absolutely levels a king there. More pancaking against the wall by Donskoy. A hit from behind again. Oh my goodness. Is that Kevin LeBlanc? I can barely see the numbers, and I know you can't really see them. I believe that's Kevin LeBlanc. Or no, that looked like a defenseman. That might have been Bergman or whatever that guy's name was. Anyway, that is going to be the end of that round of the playoffs, and take a look who we play again for the 2nd straight year. Kings and Oilers. Oh man, Connor McJesus, it's going to be good. The President's Trophy winning Jets, they're going to play the Blues. Rangers and Blue Jackets, that's a Metro matchup. And then Lightning and Penguins, should be fun to watch. That's a rematch from an Eastern Conference final from a couple years ago. And that's, yeah, the Penguins, they're just facing all their old opponents. Comment, subscribe, your adventures, go to school. Dan Carr Films out. Peace.